What's up, boys? Back for another video. So what I'm getting into today, before I do the oil pan, is I want to do this quick little mod. Apparently it's quick. So factory, you have a coolant line that goes behind the head, ties into your heater core and whatnot, and it's just in a tight spot if it were to break somewhere, you know, on the road or the track or whatever, and it just looks kind of stupid going behind the head. So what I'm doing today is I bought the ISR S14 water neck, because as you can see, it has a tap for a fitting. And what you can do is you can get a few fittings, get some line, you can make your own line. Instead of going to the back, it ties into here. So as far as I believe, it is the coolant line back there that is directed out back. You just direct it out front into here. So I can't really say I've done a lot of AN lines in my time, but I've done a couple, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's get into it. It's actually just trying to figure out in my head where the hell it's gonna go, but apparently this is all I need. Let's get to it. Okay, so as you just saw, I removed the OEM water neck. This is the replacement one from ISR. And one thing I like to note, which is actually kind of cool, is if you really want to put a coolant sensor off of this, normally you just buy the GK Tech spacer that comes with the spot for the sensor. What I've noticed about this is not only does it have the fitting for the coolant to go to the turbo, it also has a Allen keyed threaded spot along with the port to help bleed the coolant. So in layman's terms, to sum it up, I can get rid of the spacer, take that sensor, toss it in the hole where the Allen key bit is, and throw that in the trash. Now my sensor right on here, which is pretty cool. It saves you a couple bucks. This is like 140 bucks some Canadian for this whole piece. So, and I think that was like 130. So, save money. Pretty cool. Little comparison there. ISR, OEM S13. Anyway, let's get this all cleaned up. My little cloth here, and let's put some more gasket maker on there and pop that on. Alright, so I'm making the line for the Turbski, and I've put this in a couple positions, you know, back here, over here, and I've decided that I'm going to run it this way, underneath the turbo and up to the neck. So I've already cut it to length. I have a sweet tool I use for that. This guy here, I use this. What I do personally is on the end, I'll put some electrical tape, and then I'll cut it, and it saves this from happening. But I don't know if it's because I don't have the right tools or knowledge, but I can't get that onto the line without fraying it. So for this side, I just cut back the fibers a bit, and the fitting slid decently on, and then I was able to screw these. So what this is you know, you get this on, and then this piece you thread in, and it gets into the inners of the tube and locks everything together. So I'm going to put some fire sheathing on this, cut it to fit, and then I'll get this fitting on there. I got this stuff on Amazon. Apparently it's fireproof, heat resistant, we're gonna see, because it's kind of, you know, it's running below the headers, but this is definitely a hot spot. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna put the phone down and put this on. Getting there. Fucking getting there. All right, boys. Look at that. Got the new line installed, all tightened. I got all the heat shrink on it. Goes right back there. I took this other coolant line off. Put the heat sheeting on it as well. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the oil feed off as well and put the orange heat proofing on it, just so it all matches. I'm building this, so might as well make it look good. But I don't know, it makes it look like an aeroplane now, all this fucking aerospace on it. But it's late and I'm finished a task, so knock this off the board and on to the next task. Really do need to take the oil pan off along with the oil pump and re-gasket the oil pump, but I'm pussyfooting big time, so we'll get there. I think next off camera I'll make a new piece for this. I noticed it was kind of kinked. Honestly, actually, while you're here, scatterbrain, if anyone's ever come across this, I notice it's almost a bit as if oil was like getting into the hot side and coming through. I could be wrong, but that's kind of weird to have crustacean oil between those plates. I checked, everything's tight. It's just odd. If you've ever seen that before, let me know if you made it this far in the video. But anyway, I'm gonna let you boys go, and I'll figure out the next project. One day, buddy.